Hey everybody, it's Lucero and today I'm going to show you how to conceal your zits or blemishes or pimples, catastrophes, whatever you want to call them. A sad, cold fact of life is that we're all going to deal with blemishes at some point in our lives. Usually more than once, if you know what I'm saying. That doesn't mean that you have to suffer through them. Keep watching, I will show you how to effectively conceal your blemishes like a pro. So I know we're zoomed in really close and you can definitely see that my skin is far from perfect, but I wanted to show how to conceal zits in detail, so that involves getting up close and personal. The first step is using a primer. I think that just goes for everything, eyes or face, but if you don't have a face primer, just use moisturizer. It works in much the same way. You just need something to keep your skin moisturized and to help whatever you're going to put on top stick to your skin. So I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish primer, but you could just use any primer you want or your moisturizer. Alright, the next step is actually to use a foundation or tinted moisturizer if you use one on a daily basis or whenever you apply makeup, because oftentimes I find that once you have a thin layer of coverage on your face, the blemish in hand doesn't actually look too bad. So I'm going to use the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer, oil-free, in color Almond. Plus, I don't like using a concealer before foundation because when I apply foundation, I'm pretty thorough with the motions, so I don't want to like wipe off everything I just concealed, which is why I do tinted moisturizer or foundation first. Applying it to the T-zone and buffing it in with a Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. To actually conceal the zit that I have, you know, the Rudolph style on my nose, I'm actually going to use a green concealer first, and this is the L'Oreal Paris Studio Secret Anti-Redness. I guess it's a primer, but something green based to go on before the actual flesh toned concealer. It just helps cancel out the redness and makes the zit itself less noticeable. That way when you go put on the flesh toned concealer, you have to use less of it because the redness is already canceled out. So I'm just going to apply a small dollop on the back of my hand and use a, let's see, just a little brush. This is a Sigma Precision Round P82 brush. I'm just going to apply that directly onto the blemish. Okay, so now I look really stupid with a green splotch on my nose, but now I get to go in with the flesh toned concealer that I was talking about earlier. I like to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm in the shade NW25. Just use any concealer that you like that matches your skin tone. I like this one for blemishes because it comes in a pump as opposed to like a pot or any other form of concealer. That way when you squeeze out product, bacteria isn't getting into the bottle, and that just helps prevent new pimples from cropping up. So like the green concealer, I'll spray that on the back of my hand and use a different brush to apply that to my face. And so for this, I'm using the Precision Flat P80 brush. There's really no method to the brushes. I'm just using two different colors because I don't want them to necessarily be mixed up. I'm using like patting motions as opposed to swirly motions because I don't want to move the green primer concealer that I put on before. So now I have the concealing done. Now it's just up to you to depend on how you want to set the concealer that you did. I'm going to use both translucent powder and finishing spray because I just want this to set in place all day and not move around at all. So I'm using my favorite setting powder, which is the Revlon Photo Ready Translucent Powder in 001, along with the Urban Decay De-Slick Oil Controlling Makeup Spray. You can put this on before or after, and it helps just to set your makeup and also control shininess and oiliness. So I'm going to do that. And just, again, I'm using patting motions with the powder just so that I don't move anything. And then I get to finish it off with the spray. So I really hope you enjoyed the video and that you found it helpful. If you have any suggestions for future videos, be sure to leave them in the comment section, and I will see you all next time. Bye!